Wednesday, August 6th, 2025. I'm in Norwich, Connecticut, and I'm going to do an experimental drive, but I don't know what's going on here. I have a giant tractor. Hopefully you can see it as I cruise by. This is very experimental, this particular drive here. Again, I'm not 100% sure. If you're watching it, then the experiment worked out okay, but this is probably the most radical, drastic thing I've done. Let me pull into where the bowling alley is, but I have the camera mounted on top of my car. I cannot see it. It's on the roof. Normally I have it on the hood. I can kind of see. I don't even know if it's on or off. I turned it on, but if these cameras get too hot or if any little glitch happens, then they just shut off. So I'm driving through the parking lot of the bowling alley and to the right, or whatever. This camera is angled. Speed bumps here. I'm going to go around this one, but I can't see the camera. This is the first time I've ever driven around where I'm completely unable to see the camera, but I have it slightly angled to the right. So whether this thing pans out or not, I have no idea. Again, if you're watching it, then it worked. If not, then nobody will ever know about it except me. It'll just be a bunch of deleted footage. There's a lot that can go wrong. Number one, the thing just straight up the angle might be so severe that it won't work. I'm going over the Yannick River right now, but the angle will be so severe that it won't work. I'm on Warwick Street in Norwich town section. So I'm just going to kind of drive around randomly, grab some footage, and basically go home and see what happened. I mean, this is the other things that can go wrong are just general camera malfunction that happens periodically. Not too often. This thing's been pretty bulletproof. Now that I have this, let me drive up Little League. Norwich, Little League. So this is, again, higher up. Now, is that going to make that much of a difference? This camera is 3 feet higher than or 3.5 feet higher than it normally is. Let me see if I can drive right through here. I don't know. I mean, there is a road. There's nobody up here. A bunch of baseball fields. I played up here as a kid. Norwich Little League. And believe me, this thing is more popular than ever. I've driven by the parking lot. As you can see, the different fields, I hope. But I've driven by this parking lot, and it's been overflowing. There's not enough. It's a huge parking lot. There's not enough room. I mean, there's a lot of fields, so there's a lot of games going on, but there is a resurgence in... I'm going to turn a little to the left so you can get a look at this completed Norwich Veterinary Hospital. I have no idea if this camera is pointing in that direction. I hope it is. Let me go over a little bit more. But the Norwich Veterinary Hospital is probably the best I can't say that for sure, but it's one of the best in Norwich. In my personal opinion. That's my opinion. Others may disagree, but I think it's the best vet in Norwich. I'm on Otrabando Avenue right now. But they rehabilitated the entire building. They put in a new parking lot, a couple of additions, new roof. There was no roof. There was a flat roof. They put a conventional roof on that. They did the interior. They did the exterior. Every aspect of doors, lighting, windows. I mean, top to bottom. So as a facility, the actual physical plant, the physical building, inside and out, is phenomenal. And the doctors they have in there, from my personal experience, are absolutely phenomenal people. They're wonderful. They treat your pet like gold, and it's just, they know what they're doing. They're very well versed in how to take care of just about any type of animal. I believe that it even includes farm animals and reptiles, whatever, the real just variety. They cover it all. And obviously mostly dogs, cats, that would be their the bread and butter of a business like that. So yeah, let me cruise around a little bit. I'm trying to think. Let's take a ride through the Norwich Town Commons. It used to be Norwich Town Mall. And again, I do not know. For all I know, the camera's off right now and not recording. So I'm just wasting my time. But I hope it is working. It's very overcast day. We have some more of that Canadian smoke. Less severe today. I think tomorrow that smoke is going to be out of here. It's all based on weather patterns and everything. Okay, I'm going to turn into Norwich Town Commons, take a quick sweep through, grab some footage. You can see Planet Fitness is another very popular place. People exercise there. It's always very crowded. I don't know about always, but most of the time. Right now it's 2:14 p.m. so, and this store to the right is closed. It was Big Lots. Now it's empty. I don't know what's going in there, if anything. And there's a variety of stores you can see, depending on the angle of the camera and whether this thing looks acceptable or not. You can see different businesses. 36 Town Grill and Tap. Hartford Healthcare is coming up here. Stop and Shop directly in front of me. Some people walking around out in front of the store. Hopefully I can get some of these folks on video just for, context and scale. But this is kind of my favorite type of day to record video. It's overcast. I don't have to deal with harsh shadows. Makes the editing process much, much easier. Somebody's going to want me to get down here. They've probably worked here in the past, and I'm going to do it. If I bring back one decent memory for somebody that worked right there unloading trucks into Stop and Shop, then it was worth it. Yannick River is beyond those trees and bushes and everything that you see there. There's a motorcycle. I mean, hopefully, again, I'm kind of curious. I'm very curious about how this thing is going to look. Just to me, when I load this on my computer, I just think, what's the deal? What is it going to look like? I'm going over a bridge. I'm going to take a right onto a bridge that goes over the Yannick River. Now, it's up high enough you might be able to see the river, which is a little low right now. So we need some rain. Okay, I can go right on red, so. And another small business district right here. On Town Street, right in the heart of Norwich Town. Okay, to shake things up here, I'm going to turn onto Washington Street. I mean, this used to be Washington Street Extension right here, but they got rid of those signs. Now it's just Washington Street. Very, very curious. This is what is this do not enter thing down here? Okay, that's a one-way street, obviously. I'm not going to go up there. Lathrop Lane. That little... Whoa. Okay, that Jeep is moving at a extremely high rate of speed for this historic area right here. All the homes you see right in front of you right now, except for maybe this one is not that old, but all of them are 18. Let's see, this one's 1771. There's a lot of 1700s homes built down here. This is, again, Washington Street. So Washington Street ends right here. This is the dead end of Washington Street. And I'm going to turn right onto Ox Hill Road. Actually, I think that might be Canterbury Turnpike. Now I'm on Ox Hill Road. Take a ride up to... Let's see. Well, I'll go straight. I'll go up to Kelly Middle School, Norwich Technical High School. I've been really cranking out the videos lately. You know, part of it is the experimentation that I've been doing, but I do most of my videos in the summer, late spring, summer, early fall. Winter, I do a few. I'll try to do more this year if I can, but it gets dark early, so that it just, the timing is not great for my schedule. But we'll see what I can do about it. I haven't done any on the ground, walking around videos lately because of this Canadian smoke. It really gets to me. All right, this is, what is this? Buses only. Well, I mean, school is closed. We're driving through what used to be Mohegan Community College. Now it is Norwich Technical High School. So if you want to learn a trade, I went to Norwich Tech, but this is a new facility. The one I went to was on New London Turnpike, and that's been demolished. This one is Mohegan Community College that was rehabilitated and transformed with a massive infusion of cash into this beautiful school. And again, it's August, so school's not in session right now. A lot of fields and things down there. Let's see, soccer, tennis, baseball, everything. I don't see a football field down there. I don't think Tech never had football. Let me take a quick cruise through the senior center. You know, if I go this way, although I'm not sure. Yeah, let me. Senior center, no student parking. Yeah, I guess they worried about kids parking up there. Okay. This will give us a good look, I think, depending on whether this video sees the light of day, of the Rose City Senior Center in Norwich, Connecticut. It's absolutely beautiful building, and the interior is, you know, flawlessly maintained and for senior citizens. And that screened in area you see right there in front of you, I hope, if I have my accuracy with this camera correct, is pickleball. And beyond that is a skateboard park. And I'll give you a wider view of Tech when I turn left here, right there. And I'll take a quick sweep through Kelly. I used to go there when, you know, it was Kelly Junior High when I went there. Now it's Kelly Middle School. And also Kelly Steam, what does that say? Magnet. Kelly Steam Magnet Middle School. Anyways, so they did a lot of work to this school as well. They redid it top to bottom, new roof, a lot of new stuff, let's put it that way, inside and out. It's a beautiful school. It's been there for many years, but it's been rehabilitated. Big fields for athletics, and across the street is a beautiful track, quarter-mile track, that's going to be completely redone top to bottom soon. I'm not sure when they're starting that project, but artificial turf, new drainage, it's going to be just incredible. I saw the design and the plans and everything. It's off the charts. They have new bathrooms up here, men and women's rooms, ladies' rooms right there. There's tennis courts. Used to be clay court. They got rid of the clay court. Then this parking lot I'm driving in is brand new. It was dirt forever. Now it's asphalt. So there's tennis in there. There is home of the Wildcats, Norwich Free Academy baseball, right over there. Hopefully this camera's pointing there. Dickenman Field. What does that say? Norwich Free Academy Wildcats, 1960, 61, 2003, state LL champions. Not bad. We'll take it. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'll take a left. Louis DePina Recreation Field to my right. Softball fields, and they set up other, I don't know if it's soccer, rugby, whatever they do. As I drive down Reynolds Road with this, wild new experiment. It's a densely wooded area with houses. Wow, wait a minute. Looks like they're clearing right there. You see that land that's been cleared. I don't know if they're going to build a new home there. I have no idea. There's a lot of land up here. Rose Arts Race, if I'm not mistaken. Folks had to run up this hill. And depending on the weather, depending on the humidity and all that, it's got the potential to be an absolutely brutal run. Joseph Perkins Road on the right, NFA, Norwich Free Academy down there. So I'm on Reynolds Road, but it's going to go into, I think I'm on McKinley Avenue Extension right now. You can see some of the homes. I want to cover briefly, I'll probably come around this way again, Joseph Perkins Road with this camera angle. DAR building right there, Daughters of the American Revolution. A lot of beautiful homes like this brown, dark brown. Beautiful homes in this area. As we continue on our experimental, I would drive through NFA, but they probably have security there, and they tend to, they don't like people filming on grounds, especially with a camera mounted on top of your car. That's one thing. This is probably a first. There's no probably. I would bet 100% I'm the first person to ever film or record video as I go down Joseph Perkins Road. Beautiful homes. Yeah, I can't even go in. I was going to turn into that other NFA parking lot, but I'm not going to do it. I guarantee I'm the only person in the history of Norwich since the inception of this town that has ever recorded 4K footage, video, with a camera attached to the top of the vehicle. 100% guarantee it's never happened before. So this is history. This is an experiment, and also history is taking place. Every second of this footage matters. I'm on McKinley Avenue right now. I'm heading down towards the city. Now, they've been doing, I don't know, not really road work, but it's probably natural gas lines, I'm guessing. But I'm heading down. I'm heading down towards the city again. I'm not going to concentrate too heavily on the city. I'm going to basically drive all over the place to see, just to see what I can get for footage. Let me turn into this. I'm going to get this this used to be a car dealership down here. And some kind of I don't know, an old factory of some kind, I would imagine. Oh, wow, new smoke shop. Mood Smoke Shop. Cigars, vape, CBO, tobacco, kratom, exotic, water pipes, and more. Interesting. As I slowly cruise. Okay, this is Delia's Bakery and Grinder Shop. Everybody says they're the best. I mean, that's the consensus in Norwich. Looks like some road work here. I don't know. I might have to turn. All right, detour. I don't have a choice. I got to turn left. So we'll grab some footage. Wow. Major project. I don't know if it's an emergency situation, a burst pipe, or I don't know. There's something big going on down there. So I'm on Oak Street Cemetery. I'm not sure if that's the name. Let me see if there's a name. Well, it's a cemetery on Oak Street, so. Let me go past this church right here. Grab some footage. Let's just gather more video with this setup. Got my fingers crossed. I hope it's working. That's kind of tricky. Some people parked. I guess that's parking. Seems to take up a large portion of the road. I'll sweep by St. Joseph's Church just so we can get a look at the front of it. I actually have a video on this where I'm on the ground. It's a pretty cool video because the bells went off and I think they malfunctioned. And instead of, it might have been like, say, 5 o'clock and they went off maybe 60 times in a row. So. I'm on Hobart Avenue. I'm going to turn left onto Hawthorne Street. And you can see so many of the cool houses. Okay, let me get my bearings. This is Cliff Street. Man, the way these two cars in front of me are configured, I'm not positive I can get through here. This is about as tight as it gets. All right, lucky for me I didn't, scrape my car. I'll take a little cruise through the city just to get this different you know, the elevation on the camera is really another big part of this kind of curiosity that I got with the angle and the height are different. I could probably, this is tricky. I got a guy in front of me. It's tough. All right. Okay, normally that's one of the rare times I didn't go around that roundabout completely. City Hall. Okay, man, oh man, that was Bath Street back there. This is Broadway. So you should be able to see that beautiful mural up there. Wow, blinking red light. They've been doing that lately. I'm not thrilled about it. Kind person here, let me go. Thank you. All right, there's the roundabout. I guess I could do my traditional full circle around this thing. Of course, I got to yield. I'm a fan of this roundabout. I happen to like roundabouts, or rotaries as some folks call them. It confuses the GPS because it's kind of, you're all over the place. I mean, you're doing a, 360. I mean, got an Amazon truck in front of me making deliveries. All right, green light. So we're on Main Street in Norwich, Connecticut. You can see the buildings on the right. A lot of historic buildings, some not that old. Now we're coming up on the YMCA. Wow, they're making a lot of progress. Things are definitely moving forward. Let me get down to Greenville section with this camera, and we'll try to get some footage, Central Avenue, whatever. I'm going to go up and back. Some more of the densely populated areas. This is a kind of a random cruising around test video, but a lot of people see things in these videos that they really like. I get a lot of feedback. Marguerite Building used to be with these trees in front of you. That was demolished many years ago, but the train used to go right under the building, like right through the bottom of the building. There was a tunnel. So anyways, we're on North Main Street right now. And if my camera is still operating, you can get a good view of buildings to the right at a more elevated position. And again, it looks like they put in what I'm assuming is more natural gas lines down here. Norwich Public Utilities facility to my right. I think I'll go all the way up North Main and I'll come back down Central Avenue. This natural gas line is really quite lengthy. I haven't been on this road in a little while, so this is new to me. Believe it or not, the speed limit on this road here is 25 miles per hour. It's a pretty wide road. You'd think it would be a little bit higher, but I mean, it's a well-populated area, so there's some beautiful old factory buildings around here. Kleeman's Service Center to the right. And various little businesses, buildings. Plav Post 132 to the right. The guy that was traveling in the opposite direction in that Honda Pilot was speeding. Korsch's Auto Repair. If you can see that right in front of you, hopefully. The camera's trained on that, I'm guessing. That's one of your best shops in Norwich for your car repairs. I go there. Honest experts at fixing cars, reasonably priced. The Yankee, was it the Peddler? It wasn't the Yankee. Right, this brick building right there. The Peddler. It used to be the Peddler, back before the internet and everything, and people sold items and things. You know, they would either use the Peddler or, you know, ads in like the Norwich Bulletin for sale and this type of thing. But the Peddler was a big deal for that type of thing. Of course, Swap Shop on WICH. Radio, you would call in, you'd say, I have such and such for sale. My phone number is whatever. This is, you know, again, pre-internet. I'm going to turn around. Let's see, what is this? Dunkin' Donuts. I'll turn around at Dunkin'. Right there, Dunkin'. There's also a smoke vape shop down here. All right, let me get out of here and I'll head down Central Avenue. Man, there's shrubs that make it almost impossible to see to my right. I can't see anything. So I'm doing this by feel here. Man, I would just if it was me, I would cut them down. I mean, that's dangerous. Back on North Main Street. I have all of this area covered in great detail in many, many other videos, but nothing quite like this. Nothing with this angle, nothing with this elevated position. I'm still not convinced I'm going to be able to, that this video will ever be aired, because there's a lot of unknowns right now. I don't know if the camera's on, and the angle, again, I mentioned it earlier, could be just so disorienting. Where it's just unwatchable. I tend not to air unwatchable test footage. As we cruise down Central Avenue in the Greenville section of Norwich, Connecticut. A lot of mill houses down in Greenville. Let's see here. We're going to be going by a church. Hopefully that elevated Church of St. Mary, that elevated camera can grab that. I mean, I said that, the smoke is definitely less intense today. The Canadian wildfire smoke, it's definitely less intense, but it's there. I mean, there's a haze. There's a haze. When you look, I don't know about this camera angled a little bit, but I'm looking straight ahead. There's definite haze in the distance. Norwich Pizza Palace to the right. I used to get pizza there many, many years ago. North Main Street. I think I'll go over the viaduct. Maybe check that. I'm going to go through the city again just to get a different angle on some of the buildings. The post office is an incredible building. And yeah, I'll just go straight up Main Street, grab some video. So this thing, I don't know. I see a U-Haul. I'm trying to guess where this thing's pointing. U-Haul truck to my right, and amazing furniture and sleep shop to the right. And there's that YMCA. They're moving. They're moving on that project. Okay, there's the Hotel Callista. There is the post office, an incredible building. Take my time cruising through. Back on Main Street, but with a different perspective. Former Chelsea Groton Bank to the right. Possible future police station. The voters determine that in the upcoming election. And you can get a look at these buildings. Now, see, I have to yield. These folks can just go freely and not worry. But some people are still getting used to the roundabout, the rotary. I think there was a lot of hesitation, but I think it's working out real well. Okay, back to the blinking red light. So, whoa, this guy's trying to pull in here. This is tricky. Okay, that little maneuver right there was real tricky because he's parallel parking, and I don't blame him because there's not a ton of park. Whoa, wait a minute. They have the whole street straight ahead blocked. So part of Main Street today is blocked off. They must be doing something real important. I am going to drive through Howard T. Brown Memorial Park very briefly. Wow, green light. Talk about luck. Okay, this is Howard T. Brown Memorial Park. There's a beautiful gazebo there. They have a concert series down here, Rock the Docks, and there is the stage right there. It's a great place to see those concerts. Rock the Docks is just a blast. And I'm going to turn around here. So, and Rock the Docks, I believe, starts at 6 to 8 p.m. tonight. I'm not 100% sure who the band is. Could be Souls on Fire. I'm not sure. but this place will be crowded later on with people enjoying all that music. All right, red light. Green light. I actually have the right of way, but that's cool. Yeah, we get some more sweeping views of downtown Norwich. Strange Brew Pub right there. That's probably the hottest nightclub in Norwich. Man, some people just really speed. In an extremely dangerous and precarious area. I mean, this is 3 lanes. You get a red light. I mean, I can't see the point of doing 65 miles an hour and then jamming on the brakes when you get to the light. I mean, you can just take your time and cruise up there. I really hope that camera's operating right now. It'd be a shame to get home, look at the thing, and it's just a black screen. It wouldn't be the first time it happened, although lately this camera's been bulletproof. All right, I'm taking a left. Let's go over this Thomas Sweeney Memorial Bridge. West Side Boulevard. That's where I am right now. But I will be on West Main Street. Okay, so now I'm on West Main Street. I always cruise up West Main. I like to do, I mean, especially with an experiment, because there's so many businesses and buildings. I mean, it might not be, whoa, this guy's just pulling over to the side of the road here. That's, okay, he's turning. The business, this little cluster of buildings right here has been there since I was a kid. Lincoln Inn, several different businesses. There used to be magazines and papers in there, among many others. I mean, Asylum Street, if I took a right, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, the Canadian smoke is starting to get a little bit denser. Yesterday was ridiculous. It was just, I mean, you could see, it was almost like a fire in the local area. I mean, that's how bad it was. Willow Tree Plaza to my right. Whole bunch of, Harbor Freight, new store in there, Walgreens. Just a whole bunch of Westgate Center. When I was a kid, there was a Friendly's in there. Right here is used to be the Village Green. Now it's Jack's Brick Oven Pizzeria. Phenomenal restaurant. Everybody loves it. The guys that run the place are great people. But that used to be the Village Green. When disco was big, I mean, sometimes you couldn't get in. That's how packed that place was. I stood in line to get into the Village Green, believe it or not. So, I mean, 1978, something like that. Whenever disco was like 77, 78, 79, whatever. I think it was somewhere in, definitely the late 70s. The Bee Gees and whatever. I mean, Chic. All these different disco, GQ. A lot of great dance music. And that place, man, it was just like sardines inside that Village Green. And they had live bands on occasion. But the vast majority of the time was a DJ. Just some guy spinning actual records. Vinyl. Back when vinyl was a thing. We'll let this guy go. He couldn't get too far, but that's all right. That's okay. We got a green light. I'm going to take a right onto New London Turnpike. I'm on West Main, moving on to New London Turnpike. Hey, we'll get a good look at the Norwich, or the East Great Plains Fire Department right there. That's one of the best volunteer fire departments in Norwich. There's a lot of good ones. I'll tell you what, they're all good. If you want to be honest, they're all good. I'm partial to these guys because I kind of grew up not far from there. I used to go there. Cub Scouts or whatever. They had all these activities. So, I mean, that East Great Plains Fire Department kind of holds a special place in my heart. Okay, can I turn in here? No. Okay, I kind of wanted to get out of there. Stanton School, school's out, but they're doing construction. I actually could have went down that way. Maybe this is not a good idea. What is this? Gardner Acres. I just want to briefly sweep through Stanton School if I can. This is a kind of a hidden gem, this little street here, Gardner Acres. A lot of really nice houses, no through traffic. Nobody bothers you. You're close to everything. You're close to all the, convenient shopping and hospitals and schools, but you're tucked away on a quiet little no-through street. Okay, I don't know if I should go into this. Let me see here. This could be a mistake. This could be a mistake. I just kind of want to grab some. It doesn't say do not enter. I just want to get some footage. Now, there's some cars down there. All right. You can see these enormous mounds of, I don't know, tops of dirt, whatever. And there's Stanton School, the tennis courts, everything. Construction has begun. They're going to build, wow, big time construction's begun. Maybe I can come down here on a Sunday and take a walk around. But yeah, construction's begun. I don't know if I can get over here too close. Nah, it'll be all fenced off. Maybe I can do a little walk around. I'll see. But Stanton School, I believe, is going to be still utilized maybe for another year until they get that other school built, and then it'll be demolished. I have a full coverage of that. I have full coverage of that building. That's Stanton School. I walk on the ground, I think more than once. I have, because it's going to be taken out. It's going to be, raised. And I wanted to get it, preserve it for, future historians to look at. Before it's gone. And when I say gone, I mean gone. That thing is going to be that new school is going to be amazing. Building another one in Greenville, and they have several new schools planned for Norwich. Okay, work area ahead. It doesn't say no through traffic, so I don't know what okay, 1-lane road ahead, that's all right. Grab some cool 1-lane footage with a camera on top of my car, assuming it's still recording video. And then I'm going to work my way back to where we started and close up shop. All right, where's my 1-lane? I think it was tree work. It might have been back there. Maybe the guys are just going to gather up the signs or whatever. Yeah, it could have been some tree work they were doing. But yeah, I mean, lately I've been pumping out the videos. Hours and hours and hours and hours of footage. Driving around. You guys are watching it right now. I mean, that is wild. These new camera angles. This is Star Street, by the way. I'm going to take a left onto Asylum Street. And I'll go over the Sherman Street Bridge. Why not? We got a new angle. Elevated camera. Drive over the Yannick River. If I didn't do it, I would be missing out. So let me cruise real slow so you can get a look. The river, again, it's kind of low right now. There's 2 bridges. I just crossed over one, and I'm on top of one right now. As we roll up Sherman Street. I think I'm going to take just a quick, very quick ride down. I think this camera might be able to get Uncas Leap. It used to be called Indian Leap, but now it is Uncas Leap. And they, I don't know, $2 million project or whatever it was, turned it into a world-class national park level attraction. The waterfall was incredible. I was out there the other day for the first time I mean, I've been in the park dozens of times, but the other day was the first time out on that new deck. So as I pulled to the... Okay, there's still a staircase they're finishing up right there. But let me cruise down here. I gotta keep my eyes open on somebody coming in the back here. But there's the beautiful Uncas Leap Park. And that mill, that old, I think it was a grist mill, you can kind of, you walk around in there and it's just amazing. And these are apartments down here. Used to be a mill, obviously. Falls Mill. Let's see, Historic Falls Mill, Riverfront Condominiums. Okay, so they're not apartments, they're condominiums. Private property, no trespassing. Police take notice. Well, I don't live here. I'm just going to cruise through. I'm just going to cruise through the parking lot. For people that either used to work here, live here, or just want to get a glance at what it looks like for, reasons unknown. Whatever reason they have is good enough for me. And there's the Yannick River. I'm going to turn. Okay, no, I can't drive through here. There's the Yantic River right there. There's tennis courts down here, basketball courts. All right, so now it's official. I'm going to work my way back to the place that I began this video. And then I'm going to go home and see what it looks like. See if it actually recorded and didn't shut down. That would be really a major buzzkill. I mean, go through all that trouble. Drive around. It's like no video or 5 minutes of video. There's some other views. There's a really cool trail that starts right there. Hopefully the camera's pointing on it. I've walked it. It goes all the way down to the Howard T. Brown Memorial Park. It's not that far of a walk. Believe it or not, it seems like it would be, but it's not. And there's a lot of really nice stuff to see down there. Historic houses and buildings, and you walk right along the Yannick River. You run across deer and different things. More historic homes to the right. These brick mill houses. But if you haven't been to Uncas Leap lately, in the past, say, 2 or 3 years, prepare for your mind to be blown when you get there. That's not hyperbole. That is fact. And this is another little tricky spot to get out of Yannick Street onto Sachem. You know what? Let me cruise up Onico a little bit here. I could go on and on and on. I get on these drives. I mean, this one isn't a very focused. This is an experiment, but still, let me go up Lincoln Avenue. Let me go up Lincoln. Lincoln's has some beautiful, legendary architects that designed a lot of these houses. Way back in the 1800s, early 1900s, I would assume, some of them. Very prominent, well-known people that used to live in Norwich, figures of historic importance lived there. I'm going to take a left. You'll be able to see Chelsea Parade, Teal House, NFA, Slater Memorial Museum in the distance. All right, man, can I get out? Wow, look at that. That's kind of never happens. I'll take it. All right, let me take a left down William Street. I'm starting to, get into one of my super, super long videos. I set my record the other day, I believe, when I went to Middletown, 2 hours and 7 minutes, one take. As I wait for the red light, and you can see NFA in the distance, Norwich Free Academy, and Chelsea Parade. That was Washington Street. I am now on William Street. More historic homes. Dr. Quintliani, that brown house right there. He passed away many years ago, but he was one of the greatest doctors in Norwich history, Dr. Quintliani. And I don't want to call it retired, but he later in his career he operated out of his home. You could make a doctor's appointment with him and go into his medical office that he had there, and he'd prescribe medication. I mean, check you out, tell you. I mean, I went to him in his later years. I mean, when I was born, he was the doctor that delivered me. I mean, he was around for many, many, many years, my whole life. And I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say that he reputationally was considered and is considered one of the greatest doctors in, I think, the history of Norwich since its founding. I mean, that's how impressive and well liked and respected that man was. Yes, we have a little bit of traffic up here. Bacchus Hospital is to my left. You're probably not going to be able to see that right now. You're probably just looking at let's see, what's in front of me? Kind of a tall white truck, and I don't know, maple trees, and not sure what that camera's picking up because I can't see it. It seems odd. I mean, it's the first drive I've ever done. I can't see I just can't see the camera. It's odd. It's very unusual. Some construction workers working on a house right there. As we cruise back to the starting point. I'm trying to remember exactly where I started. Yeah, around the bowling alley, that's right. Washington Street. Ooh, I had to sneeze. I am now on Town Street. I was trying to withhold a sneeze, not to interrupt the audio or send my recorder into a frenzy, but hey, we're doing this in real time. And one take. No cuts. As we very patiently wait for these lights to turn green, and they do. M&T Bank used to be People's Bank to the right. People's Bank is no longer around. M&T Bank, I think, bought out the company, or there's another bank right there, Bank of America. Very historic home right there, probably built in the 1700s. I have a red light, we can get a good look at it. I think I should probably take a ride. Let me take a drive around the green, the Norwich Town green. You can see that large area right there. I'll cruise around that. I'm going to get on East Town Street for a second here. I'm going to let this young lady cross the street as you gaze at the beautiful green, the Norwich Town green, with the historic homes surrounding it. I'm going to turn right. There's no right turn, but that's for trucks. Cars can turn right. Unless I'm mistaken, then. So there it is. There's the Norwich Town Green. Another place, right? See that stage, right? They have band concerts. They're usually not larger electric bands. I mean, it's amplified music, but it tends to be an acoustic, a lot of solo artists and things of that nature that play there. A lot of people go to that series. I've been there many times. It's a lot of fun. Highly recommended. I think it's called Rockin' the Green. And the other one we looked at earlier was Rock the Docks. Both, if you live in Norwich, it's like it's a must-do situation. Not to be missed. First Congregational Church, right there. So I'm heading back to where I started this video, hoping that everything came out all right. It's going to be a big disappointment if I look at the camera and it just shut down during the video without me knowing it, because I have no idea. I can't see it. We're on West Town Street and we're going to go by, let's see what's up here. Friendly's, Norwich Town Rehabilitation and Care Center. All right, so Friendly's established 1935 right there. Dime Bank, 84 degrees, 3:15 p.m. If you're watching this in the future, 50 years from now, look up that Canadian smoke situation. I think you might find that very interesting. Wildfires causing smoke to envelop New England and large portions of the United States. Let's see if I can make this green light. All right, we're almost done. Yeah, we started around here, so that's the end of the video.